Volvo is relaunching its bestseller. The XC60 is becoming the EX60. I'll show it to you very briefly here in this video. The name suggests, we now have a purely electric vehicle here. However, the previous model is getting another facelift and will also stay on sale. But this one here is meant to drive the volume. At 4.80 meters, it's roughly the same length as its predecessor. Yeah, and if you look right here, it looks really sporty. We have the cross-country version right here. It's got adaptive air suspension, sits 20 millimeters higher, and is able to raise or lower itself by another 20 millimeters at higher speeds. But if you're thinking, I don't necessarily need the wheel arch flares, I don't need that SUV vibe, then just go for the completely normal EX60. The winglets will likely stay exclusive to the EX60. This right here is the door handle. If you're thinking it looks a bit unstable, no, it goes 25 centimeters into the door. There is a little button located behind here. I can press it and then the door simply pops open. And when it opens, you will see it straight away. We have got frameless windows. It is very, very sporty and of course really flush-mounted glass for even better aerodynamics. We already know that stylish Volvo design and it's now been implemented here on the EX60. We have multi-part tail lights, we have a really sleek sloping roofline which makes for great aerodynamics. We have a towing capacity of up to 2.4 tons with a vehicle weight that is ranging between 2.1 and 2.3 tons overall. The trunk volume varies, but you will always have at least 523 liters. There is some additional storage space down here. You can easily adjust the backrests, you can fold them down to simply create even more loading space. Thanks to the 800-volt system, you can charge up really fast here. Up to 370 kilowatts are totally possible. What is also quite remarkable is we have the onboard charger of up to 22 kilowatts. That is not common and certainly not a given at all. There are 3 different battery sizes in total. First, the base battery, with 80 kilowatt hours usable. Above that, there's a version with 91 kilowatt hours and the top tier P12 with a power output of 680 horsepower. With its 112 kilowatt hours of usable battery capacity, it manages to achieve a total range of more than 800 kilometers very easily. The entry version with the P6's pure rear motor is starting at 62,990 euros. Only has rear-wheel drive. If you want all-wheel drive, you'll have to go for at least the P10. That has all-wheel drive and around 510 horsepower. The high range of over 800 kilometers doesn't just come from nowhere, of course. We have a drag coefficient of 0.26, which is really, really good. This is achieved through the large closed front surfaces right here. The radiator grille is adaptive, meaning that if it needs air, the flaps open up, which ensures that drag is reduced and you can simply keep on driving further. Another typical new Volvo detail, the headlights here featuring matrix tech in the Thor's hammer design. A cool detail under the hood, the front with a total volume of 58 liters. In addition to the cross-country, we also have the standard passenger car version, of course. This one here, as the standard model without those off-road elements, comes across more like a classic SUV wagon. It sits a little bit higher, it is a bit flatter than the cross-country, and yet it remains a typical mid-size SUV. The standard version of the pure model starts off on 20-inch rims. We have the optional 22-inch wheels right here with us. Of course, there is also a 21-inch version, a real launch feeling here in the interior and an absolute wow factor as well. Everything feels premium, everything is soft. What I really like, I have to say, is this new instrument cluster right up here, if you can even call it that. It's an 11.4-inch display actually. It's a combination of the instrument cluster, which is simply moved back here, and a head-up display. How brilliant is that? And so you can read it better. There's a super compact sports steering wheel here. It's got that real go-kart feeling to it and just matches the engine power of 6,000 kilometers per hour. 680 horsepower, really, really good. Yeah, what fits really well is the 15-inch curved monitor here. Might not look like it, but it's just a little bit curved to the right and to the left. So you've got everything in view. NVIDIA, by the way, provides the processors and the computing power, so nothing goes wrong here. Additionally, Google Gemini is on board as an AI assistant, which has been fully integrated into the structure of the vehicle for the first time. Theoretically, even abroad, if you see a street sign, it can read it via the cameras, translate it, and tell you, but those are features that will be rolled out bit by bit through the over-the-air update system. Volvo is planning 4 major updates every single year, without even counting the safety updates, to keep your EX60 fully up to date at all times, year after year. Yeah, to just really stay up to date all the time. A nice little detail, the volume knob right here, it is transparent. Here I can skip the stations back and forth or choose my tracks. I think it's a super nice feature. The glass roof is always included in all versions, though depending on the trim, it can be tinted further, and that's fully digital and electric. Orders are already open, but the top spec P12 model in which I am sitting right now, that won't actually be arriving until the year 2027. Until then, you'll have to make do with the 2 smaller versions, and we'll likely get our first real impression this summer, because that's when the official test drives begin. Curious how it drives. Personally, I really like its look. The interior is great. If you liked it, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss any more videos. I say thanks, ciao, and bye, EX60.